Claire Daly video here, 1 minute long, where she just eviscerates the EU Parliament, which she is so expert at doing. If you don't know Claire Daly, look her up. She's amazing. Anyway, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it without even saying hello. Well, I kind of said hello. I did a half hello. That was a solid half hello. All right, here we go.
Many days in here, the discussion is marked by a delusional sense of self-importance, which is disconnected from any reality. But I have to say that yesterday's discussion on EU-China relations really beat all. People talked about unity while exposing division. They lectured China about peace while the EU is pumping arms into Ukraine. They bemoaned Chinese provocation in Taiwan, but said nothing about US interference in what is the internationally recognized part of China.
Breathtaking hypocrisy is what she's talking about. And we are so good at it, aren't we? All of the EU is good at it. Breathtaking hypocrisy.
How would Spain react if the president of Catalonia was a guest of the Chinese government and the Chinese Navy sailed up the Mediterranean? That's the equivalent. Can we please have some consistency? The issue is quite simple. The days of colonial domination by Western powers are over.
Damn straight.
There's a new, non-white, non-Western global order emerging based on international law, multilateralism, rather than the dollar. And of course, the US is panicking over the loss of its domination. But the question for Europe is, do we want to be a vassal of our Atlantic friends? Or do we want to have good, independent relations with China, our biggest trading partner, who haven't dropped a bomb on anyone in 40 years? It's very obvious which is in the best interest of European citizens. Thank you very much.
I mean, she even managed to make it about profit motive at the end. Like, not only did she tell them, hey, you're being goddamn hypocrites, you're the bullshit you push, the propaganda you push, you sit here and you act like China's done this or that. Meanwhile, you're doing 10 times worse than anything they've done. They haven't dropped a bomb in 40 years, and you're acting like they're the warmongers, they're the belligerents. She did all of that, and then in the very end, she even managed to make it about profit. She was like, by the way, if you're just worried about your wallets, which we all know you are because you don't give a shit about human beings or justice or equality, if you're all worried about your wallets, maybe we should not be a vassal to the United States. Speaking of Europe, maybe we instead should work with one of our top trading partners going forward rather than trying to start proxy wars with them. And she nailed it. Of course, she always does. She's amazing. But, you heard how quick they were to try and shut her up. Let's move it along. All right, Claire. Yeah, that's enough of you, Claire. Let's keep this thing going. Let's get to 12 other guys, old white guys, who are going to tell us exactly the opposite of what you just said. Anyway, wanted to play that clip for you because she always knocks it out the park. And, she says the uncomfortable truths to the European Parliament, and they never like it. They're never fans of the harsh truths she has to bring, which means they'll probably find some way to, to delegitimize her or, spend millions of dollars to stop her from being in Parliament or whatever they need to do. If she gets threatening enough, that will be their next step.